They call me Brock. I've done 5 terms in prison. Well, 6 if you count the AB 109. From gun possession to some mafia indictment back in '09. Daryl's case. 2016, I picked up a home invasion. They actually gave me 18 years for that. I took a deal for 18 years because I'm a 3 striker, and 18 years gave me a date, man. I thought I was never going home as soon as they put the handcuffs on. Got cut with the gun in the mask, like dead bang, and God intervened, and I got that 18-year deal. And then he intervened one more time. COVID hit, and the laws got a little more lenient, and I was able to go home after only serving 4.5 years. I'm from Glendale, Northeast LA, the Toonerville area. I was a Toonerville gang member since I'm 16 years old. Prior to that, I was a tagger. Uh, Became a Sereno back in the late '90s in prison, and I pretty much flew that flag up until about 2019. I ran into some problems. They kept getting rid of me. I kept coming back, and finally, it just came to the realization that I was disposable. The game had changed and shit. My heart wasn't in it no more, and obviously their heart wasn't in it for me if they kept getting rid of me. So I made a decision to hang up the gloves for that side, and then when I transitioned over to the SNY side, I became part of the powerful group on that side, which is the Dos Cincos gang, and I'm an active 2-5 gang member. A lot of it's related to my time, as a Toonerville gang member. Like I have the old hood across my chest. They talk shit, say like, "Oh, that we shouldn't be allowed to have it." Well, I tell them, "Come take it." Like you feel like I shouldn't have it. Well, come get it. Because I earned it. It ain't going nowhere until I decide it's going somewhere. Got portraits of my kids, my sports teams. I don't know, just different shit. When I was young, I just wanted to be filled up, just filled up. And then I kind of ran out of room as I got into my 30s. I really don't get tattooed anymore. Well, childhood trauma drove me to the streets, man. I was a victim of abuse, and I was neglected. Nobody paid attention to me. Nobody ever asked me how my day was. There was nobody checking to see if I did my homework or I brushed my teeth. And I kind of liked the attention I got from being bad, so I became a tagger. And then when that ran its course, um, all the fools for that from the tagging crew J4F, they all got hopped into Toonerville, and so I went ahead and rode that train, and I liked it. I liked how people treated me as a gang member. I liked it a lot. I thrived off that attention. I had an unhealthy need for acceptance, so I would continue to, escalate my behaviors in order to get that attention that I sought and that recognition. Yeah, I've been on actually a couple of them. 2009, I got picked up on the Joker's Wild, which was the Eastside Victoria indictment for crimes that were allegedly committed in 2007. On that case was Daryl from Ontario Black Angels, who's currently on the run, as many know. So that was my co-defendant, along with Joker from Eastside Victoria, rest in peace, and Rascal from Eastside Victoria. There's 79 co-defendants in all, but I got mixed up in that. What went wrong is I decided with the wrong team. Well, like, okay, I'll take it back. Like, I started already feeling some type of way with my own neighborhood, Toonerville, back in like 2015, 2016. Um, it was clear to me that the rules didn't apply to everybody. And I'm not the type to bite my tongue, so I spoke up against it. And as a result of me speaking up against some of the things that I disliked that were going on, I became a punching bag every couple of weeks, and which is fine, man. I took Ubers down to the hood to go ahead and get my calientado. That was no big deal, man. I've never ran from any fate in my life, man. Um, I had a big brother that whooped my ass from the time that I could walk, and he was the baddest motherfucker I ever seen. Cage fighter, would take on police. So like, ain't nothing, nobody from the hood can put it down on me. And I sling them better than your average. I'm 6'1", 220 with the heavy ass hands, man. So like, I'd get satisfaction as long as they had a couple lumps. So the situation was with a homeboy Neto, rest in peace, who ended up killing himself in 2019. But that was a good friend of mine. He was my homeboy, and because some little youngsters didn't like him, they created an issue for him. He never checked in. He had some mental health issues, bona fide mental health, schizophrenia, bipolar issues. So instead of embracing and helping that homeboy who was a gunner, putting tons of work for the hood, that's all he lived, breathed, and slept. Toonerville. These fools ostracized him, told him he was no good, that he couldn't be a member, and if he came around, he was getting hands put on him. Okay, and then you got another motherfucker, Mono, Jason Corona, who got on the stand against Little Nino from Van Owen Street over a stabbing, testified against him on the motherfucking stand, Aaron Herrera, and people still taking pictures with Jason and all that. And I spoke up against that, man. I go, you got this dude who don't even come around the hood, who you guys went to junior high and high school with. You're kissing his motherfucking ass. He's a snitch. And you got this good ass fool who basically needs our help, who would give his life for the neighborhood, and you're shunning him away. And I spoke up against it, man. But you know what? Man, they put some dumb fucks in leadership roles in Toonerville, man. Like, collectively, Southsiders, they're not the smartest group of individuals, man. Like, if you talk to some, like 1 out of 10 can carry a conversation with me. Mostly it's fucking, these are narrow-minded thinking, like, there's not the sharpest knives in the drawer. So then you put that kind of individual in a leadership role, it's a recipe for disaster, man. Our money got all fucked up with Arnie, and it just created a bunch of problems. And I spoke up against those things, so I became a punching bag. So fast forward, my boy Risky, childhood friend, my mentor, my fucking my Batman to me being Robin. He was down to 1750. He was next to Fox. So he basically was running everything for Fox. I was helping out my boy Risky, because he was in that position. I loved him. I had a lot of love. That's what he wanted to do with his life. Cool. I supported it. And so when the shit hit the fan, when Fly was trying to overtake county jail, I fucked Fly, by the way. Rest in piss. What goes around comes around. I laughed when I read that article that they stabbed him, man. Took his fucking win. That dude's a whole nother subject. But anyway, I continued to push for Fox, because that was Risky's team. And it's like, just because one dude says, hey, it's mine now, you can't leave the other dude's team. At the end of the day, they're carnals. They're going to work out their situation. But, I was just collateral damage. So they kept getting rid of me, and to the point where it's just like, why do I keep coming back, man? They're just beating the dog shit out of me on a regular basis. Every time I come back, instead of being like, hey, you know what, you took what you had coming, welcome home. Nah, man, that full fucking Fly, man, would be like, get him again. This time, get rid of him, take his win. Like, and it's just, it got old. So I had an option from the Gooners. They told me I could go to the RCGP, or I could go SNY. And originally I said the RCGP, but then it hit me. I don't want to go all the way up to Crescent City and be in a pod with a bunch of dudes in my same situation, trying to gain favor. Just everybody just trying to kill each other, to gain favor with the one guy. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go SNY. And I felt like 1,000,000 pounds weight was lifted off my motherfucking chest. I didn't have that fucking stupid ass facade to fucking pay homage to anymore. It's all a bunch of bullshit anyway, man. I was been on 2 indictments, man. Gave loyal fucking service, and because I stayed loyal, that was considered disrespect to this guy, and then all of a sudden I was a punching bag or a fucking pincushion. I'm cool on that shit, man. Like, I got way too much love for myself to tolerate those kind of behaviors. I don't listen to my motherfucking mom and dad, never fucking have. I'm not gonna listen with some fucking burnt out ass heroin addict with a fucking brochure with a 4th grade education. I'm not gonna listen to him if I ain't never listened to my mom and dad. And that's all I'll say about that. He killed him. He's dead. He's okay. He's worm food. Oh no, because he was taking over the county when Fox had it, and I stayed loyal to Fox. So I was considered disrespectful to him. I was considered a threat, or whatever. So they had to get rid of me because I stayed loyal. I mean, that had his hand out my whole fucking life. I'm a baller. I make money. I hustle out there. I'm not even, like San Fernando ain't. He doesn't have our territory or whatever. But every time that word would get to that dude that I was doing well, man, I'd get a motherfucking phone call with some aggressive ass panhandling, dude. That dude fucking was not fucking too proud to fucking beg, man. That fool would like be banging my line every time he heard I came up on something, trying to get a piece of the pie. That dude was just irritating, and you know what? All human life is precious, but that dude wasn't fucking human. He was a fucking royal piece of shit. Nah, I'm not gonna. As I explained to you, bro, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm not gonna go into fucking um any details on my current organization. Like it doesn't, whether or not it's within our guidelines. It don't sit right with me, to interview on that shit. I can talk, like I told you originally when you reached out last year. I can talk about myself and why I made certain decisions, but I'm not going to talk for the organization as a whole. Yeah, I know Rowdy. His name is not Savage Studios. His name is Rowdy, and yeah, I know him well. That was my boy. Yes, yeah, all the time, man. He's one of the first brothers that reached out to me when my feet hit the street. That's a bad man. But the mistake that he made is he didn't have his whistle with him. Like if you're gonna walk the walk, like you got chunkums. He can fight. I know that firsthand. Like I've gotten down with him. That dude got some fucking hands. He's a heavy hitter. But the Southsiders are a bunch of pussies. They ain't gonna fight you. They don't do the one-on-one thing. So motherfucker, you should have had your whistle with you. Like you should have been ready. That was your mistake, man. I don't ever put myself in a position where I'm not fucking going to be on equal footing. I don't ever put myself in that position. And you see me, man. I'm on the streets. I live in motherfucking downtown LA. When I'm not at work, um, in the heart of it, man. Like I don't bite my motherfucking tongue. I'm not hard to fucking recognize. I'm fucking 6'1", 220, tattooed from head to toe, and I'm all over social media talking about this big bad 2-5 gang. So most of the time those fools act like they don't even recognize me. That's the interactions I have. But there's always a gunner in every group, so I make sure that I'm prepared for that individual. And that was Steven's mistake, is that he wasn't prepared for that one individual who was going to happen to let his nuts hang. Like he underestimated him. And we out here in the streets, we pushing it. The Southsiders are scared, man. Safe-siders are scared. Like there's cliques all over motherfucking California. They're scared. Like like we used to be the minority. We used to be, but now it's like when you reflect on shit, any old Louis Lunchmeat can become a safe-sider. You can have some Asian dude, an Armenian dude, never gangbanged a day in his life, and he says, "Oh, I'm Southside," and he gets embraced. He gets embraced. I'll give him that. Like any old buddy can say they're a Southsider, but to become a motherfucking Cinquero, you gotta motherfucking get loose. We got to know that we can count on our motherfucking brothers. So I know every single motherfucker wearing a jersey, he's got loose for his brothers. So you can't say that about Southsider, man. 90% of those dudes ain't never even done a removal or a calientada. They're a bunch of fucking weenies. I've had them tell me that there's no hostility because we're on the streets. That uh, if as long as I didn't snitch, it's all good. I've had them tell me all these different fucking reasons why not to fight me. And this is like, okay, I've been taught my whole life to eliminate the threat. So I just eliminate the threat, man. I just be banging on these fools, just like dropping them out there in the public. Hitting them. If you look at me twice, I'm rushing you. Period. Yeah, all the time. Oh, I don't know about none of that other than Rowdy. He was charismatic as fuck, man. The camera did love that guy. He had a way of words. Um, And that fuck didn't bite his tongue, man. He was outspoken like myself, and that's what I respected about him. We were so outspoken to each other that we had to handle some business one day. Like felt like getting it off our chest wasn't quite enough. We needed to really get off our chest. Like rest in peace, my boy. Like he made 2 5 a household name. I will give him that. It doesn't matter. That's between me and my brother. Rest in peace, man. Like just a situation escalated where neither of us was budging. He drove all the way down to Skid Row from the fucking desert to fucking handle business with me. Yeah, this is real recent. This is right before his incident. Social media. His cousin, his first cousin is a childhood friend of mine. Played little league with him. One of my best friends in the world. Been friends with the dude since first grade. I had actually seen a post from him on Facebook, which I really don't go on very often, but I seen a post from his primo, and so I hollered at him, via the text and being like, "Hey, man, sorry for your loss," and then he gave me the rundown. No, I'm not going to discuss that. Home invasion for the benefit of the street gang with a assault weapon, with a firearm, whatever little bullshit enhancements they put on it. But I already had 3 strikes at the time, so it was a wash, even if it was just coming in there barehanded. They came to tax me, and then they recognize that I'm smarter than the average, and that like I'm a fucking leader, and they brought me in the fold, brought me on the team, and which resulted in indictments. No, it was actually a San Bernardino fucking piece of shit ass fucking Victorville smash. Fucking, they tried to present it to the feds. The feds didn't want it because it was such a soft ass fucking case. But they went ahead and ran with it. How they got us is they charged us with all the other 78 defendants' fucking crimes and linked them all together. So we all had these ridiculous ass bails of like 7 million, 3 million. Like, and it's just like I was a peripheral fucking target, man. I wasn't even fucking in their little mix, like what the investigation was about. But I got caught on some phone calls, um, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I don't get along with anybody, man. If you're not motherfucking 2 5, I don't get along with you. Like I got, but on a personal level, I hate safe siders. I hate scraps. Um, I hate what they stand for. I hate the facade. I hate the illusion. Those other groups, it's just like we're a target because of we're on that side. So it's like to me, I've been always taught to eliminate the threat, man. So like everybody's an enemy to me. And that's just a matter of survival. Like ain't nobody getting along with us other than other SNY members from California. What you're talking about the scraps? I mean, there's a lot of deep friendships in there, right? A lot of deep friendships, a lot of fucking good times, a lot of fucking memories made, a lot of dirt done together. Like a lot of fucking wonderful times that I reflect on, and that's what fucking makes me so angry is that when fucking my back was against the wall, where all these good friends, man, coming to my defense, they just fucking everybody just stayed motherfucking quiet. Nobody spoke up on my behalf. So it's like, okay, you guys just left me on the plank. Like okay, I took the first one, cool. Took the second one, cool. Three, four, five. It's like, at what point are you guys gonna jump in? And there was two members of fucking tuna fish that were getting fucking blessed, right? And at that point, that would have been a perfect opportunity for them to be like, hey, my homeboy here, like, can we intercede on his behalf? Nah, man, they both bit their fucking tongue. Didn't want to politic so early in the game against their carnals and just left me fucking flapping in the wind, man. So they turned their back on me. I didn't turn my back on the hood. I'm nothing. They just they left. I thought like I was a gang member, not a gangster. And it's like, okay, well, where's the rest of the members, man? When the shit was found, they just left me, fed me to the wolves, which was all right, man. I'm a big boy. I make decisions for myself, but I'm not gonna sit there and that's like hanging out with the cheating girlfriend, like continuing to be faithful to the cheating girl. Like I'm not gonna fucking subscribe to that nonsense. You guys aren't gonna be there for me. Why am I gonna be there for you? And the Toonerville that I fucking grew up and loved, that shit don't exist anymore, man. They're letting fucking rats fucking hang out at the fucking park and take pictures. So, like good riddance. But like there are some individuals that I got a lot of fucking love for, man. And one of them tried to set me up right when I got home. So fuck you, fool. Fuck you, little puppet. When I see you, I'm gonna split your fucking wig. And then fucking other motherfuckers who I thought were like my big brother, they spoken foul on me. Well, fuck you guys too. Like you know what it is with me. I didn't all of a sudden become a bitch just because I crossed over. I didn't all of a sudden forget how to fight. When we cross paths, you know what time it is. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just try to say like some stupid ass shit. Like I'm smarter than the average. Like, don't try and come with your little. Hey, bro, we're still all good, man. Just come through. Just come through, man. Miss me with that bullshit. Then I'm scrolling through Facebook and this individual gets caught by the Glendale fucking police department with a burner, and this motherfucker ain't the burner carrying type. Like, but all of a sudden you want me to meet up so bad that day, and you got a heater. Cool. I see you, fool. I see you, and I'm gonna get you. Atwater Village, where Glendale and Atwater Village come together. Right there, Chevy Chase is the main thoroughfare of Toonerville, like north of the 5 in Griffith Park, right there off Los Feliz. Okay, and then I when I was a youngster, South Glendale also used to like carve out an area by Pacific Park, by Maple Park. It doesn't exist anymore after the injunction. There's really no Glendale Toonerville gang members, but it was a thing when I was growing up. We actually had a pretty good stronghold on the south side of Glendale. And then if you go all the way up the 2 freeway, there's a little shit piece of fucking land called Tahunga, California. Just like they don't even have sidewalks. There's fucking it, it's just like the fucking armpit of the fucking LA County. Tahunga is also part of Toonerville. Yeah, I started J4F back in like 1991 with a couple other Toonerville gang members. Well, we weren't Toonerville gang members yet. We were just little fucking juvenile delinquents. But we started, 3 of us started J4F, and then it just blew up with Triggs, rest in peace. What he did for the crew, he made it fucking worldwide. Like I'm all over the country all the time, and I'll see it in fucking this city and that city. I've seen it in like 9 different motherfucking cities that aren't fucking attached to Southern California. Since I started traveling all around for work, man. So like he'd be proud, man, if or he probably is proud looking down, man, on what he created. Yeah, he just for fun, just for fame, jacking from fat kids, joints, 40s, freeways, crylons. I mean, and any kind of acronym, J4F, just for fun. Man, we had a choice. It was either become an enemy or get hopped in. Like we were given options. The option B may not have been too appealing, but like we were given that option. That was the biggest gun I ever seen in my life. When Risky marched down to fucking Pacific Park, and like he was a god to us. We're like 14 years old. He's 17 years old. He got that camp muscle. He already got a head tattoo. Like he come down with like I don't know. I think it was a Desert Eagle, but I never seen such a big fucking gun in my life. And he marched just fucking down to the park, and fucking we all got hopped in one by one by one. Like, but good times, man. Those were good times. Why don't you look into Riskies, man? The Mongol on the 2 freeway that got murked, man. I don't believe my boy did that. Like and or my ex boy did that. I think like that was a setup by the ATF or whatever, man. I really don't think he did that. You should check that one out. The murder of Emmanuel Martin. They call him Hitman from the Mongols back in 2009, I believe. Nah, man. Like even though I could give a fuck about them dudes, like and their fucking politics, like there's a certain code, man. Like at the end of the day, I'm still a gangster. I'm still a gang member. I'm still fucking running these streets in my mid 40s. And it's just like now I'll let somebody else spill the tea. It ain't gonna be me. Man, you can Google all that shit, man. Like I really don't want to name give any other audios any unwarranted fame, by mentioning them here on this interview, man. And it's pretty common knowledge, man. And so I'll just leave it at that. Man, I know, like, the script's already written, my man. There ain't nothing to fear. I'm okay with my God. I'm okay with my children. I'm okay with my parents. I'm okay with my significant other. If the Lord sweeps me off my feet via a bullet in the back of my head, I'm not worried about it, man. My loved ones may be worried about it, but I'm not worried about it, man. I know my time's gonna come. Like I know that eventually one of these fools is gonna let their motherfucking nuts hang. I'm gonna get caught slipping. I'm gonna catch one behind the ear. I already know it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. Like if that's how I gotta go, but I'm gonna die with my nuts. I'm gonna die with my dignity because I didn't fucking let fear fucking dictate my motherfucking movement. Man, it's a waste of motherfucking life. It's a waste of motherfucking time, man. You're probably only seeking gang membership, man, because you fucking got something going on at home, man. And you know what? I can understand, man. I can relate, man. I was a victim from abuse my whole and neglect my whole fucking childhood. Drug addict, fucking prostitute mom. Like fucking got beat on, fucking anything imaginable, man. Now I wasn't starved. I wasn't locked in closets, but I had a fucked up ass life, man. Nobody paid attention to me. Like without not sounding humble, I'm a smart dude, man. I always did well academically, and nobody ever said like, "Hey, man, good report card." Like none of that shit ever occurred in my household, man. There was no hugs, there was no "I love yous" or whatever. So I sought fucking love and recognition through all sorts. So if somebody's thinking about gang membership, man, it's just like it's a waste of time. I'm 46 years old, and I've done more than my half adult life in prison, man. I've missed so many of my children growing up. I got 6 kids, and I've only been there for the birth of 2 of them. And it's like thank goodness that God brought me home. I get to walk my daughter down the aisle when she decides to fucking say I do. But I got 4 adult children and 2 minor children, and it's like, man, it's just fucked. I just wait. I devoted my life, my loyalties, and my priorities to the wrong fucking thing, man. I can admit that now, but like I'm so fucking entrenched. Like it is what it is at this point. Like fucking. And my older kids understand. My younger one does to a degree. It just is what it is at this point, man. Like I hope people can learn from my bad decision making, and fucking not go down this road. It's a waste of motherfucking time. I've damaged so many fucking people's lives, man. So many fucking people's lives. Every fucking female that I was with before my significant other, I fucking lied to them, fucking disrespected them, fucking chose the streets over them. I've been a fucking wrong individual. Now I let them know ahead of time, hey man, this is what you're signing up for. Like unless you got some magic pussy, there ain't nothing pulling me off the motherfucking coyotes. But all the previous ones and like fucking poor them, shame on me. Yeah, man. Like if you come see me correct, man, because I don't let myself. Period, man. Or you can just do like all your little fucking boys do and pretend you don't see me. That's probably your best bet. And then youngsters, if you are thinking about going in a gang, like I'm a lifelong motherfucking gang member. This shit's for the fucking birds, man. You have to be a fucking idiot to be armed with this information and still make that decision. Well, you're looking at a big fucking idiot here. All right, Tony, I appreciate you, my man. It's been an absolute pleasure to share with you, and I look forward to seeing the final product. Let me give one shout out to all my brothers inside, man. 2-5 gang. Keep pushing. We got you out here on the streets. We putting this shit on the motherfucking map. Those Cincos, tax free, renegades. I'm out. Thanks, bud. We good?